Hey, darling, Vanessa Montgomery here from Astro All-Starz with a Z, reading you this month's full moon in Scorpio, commissioned and written for lunarsparkling.com. Beautiful products, Australian, Victorian, brewed on the moon cycle. They use crystals. It's all natural. Very gorgeous. Check them out, lunarsparkling.com. So the full moon is going to be in Scorpio this week. That's Tuesday in the US and Wednesday here in Australia. Australia at 9:49 a.m. So that's at 4 degrees Scorpio, and of course opposite the sun at 4 degrees Taurus. Listen in for the details. So La Luna's rhythm hits a high note as it blossoms full in the sultry sign of sex appeal and psychic prowess, Scorpio. This fixed water sign is all about holding on to those emotions and those she feels deeply connected to. It's a survival mechanism that forces the occasional, if not regular, shedding of skin like a snake and flushing of stagnant emotions. So if you're feeling the urge to purge, clean out, or let go of something, cut those ties that bind. Toss out the junk in the garage or the bottom of your wardrobe and release resentment. Fill the space with love and your sense of personal power. We'll see why soon. Scorpio is often symbolized as a witchy because this sign is concerned with the metaphysical underpinnings of material reality. And because she's all about the hidden, especially whatever is in shadow, taboo, and woo, what we're not supposed to talk about, she's the ultimate psychoanalyst. If you are a Scorpio or have planets in this sign, you might be naturally drawn to psychology, metaphysics, ghost stories, and harbour a natural detective-like talent for deciphering mysteries and the symbols of the tarot. On this full moon, explore those realms and drop down into your psychic or emotional awareness. Watch body language and facial expressions. Do they match up with what the person is saying? Practice with interviews on TV or socials. So Scorpio, of course, has a laser-like inbuilt sense for detecting bullshit, BS. Full moons stand opposite the sun and are therefore in the zodiac sign that balances the polarity. In this case, we are in Taurus solar season. So Taurus is an earthy material girl, taking care of our physical body and financial foundation. She rules all things sensual. Balancing the sun and moon by the themes of the signs they inhabit at each peak lunation explains a lot about the energetics of each full moon. So balance your earthy incarnation, sensuality, financial security, and stability. So that's the sun in Taurus, by going deep under the surface to the bonds that bring healing waters to the dry landscape of life. That's the full moon in Scorpio. What is life without passion and knowing someone has your back when push comes to shove that you can always count on? This particular lunation is in a tense T-square configuration with Pluto, the planet representing transformation and power. Pluto is the ruling planet of Scorpio, the host of this month's full moon. That means there's a lot of tension building with this peak, and boy, is it going to feel great once we get to the other side and that tension breaks into a wonderful wave of flow. Yes, full moons can be major spikes in emotional energy or tension. So back to Pluto. In a tense aspect, the moon and sun are pitted against this power player. So don't get into pointless power struggles or obsession. Obsession is a key here. And if you are in one or feel dominated or coerced, start to plan your exit in absolute stealth mode. The pressure could bring up some old toxic hurts or scenarios you've been hanging on to. Notice them and purge. Let them go with love and boundaries and say bye-bye. So, just as a final note, Scorpio tends to hold, it's a fixed sign. So's Taurus, so's Aquarius, fixed. And Pluto tends to hold on to things. So, that's what I mean about purging. You've got to let go, you've got to flush old waste, toxicity, you've got to keep that flush going. But yes, Scorpio likes to hold. So, I think with this tense T square in a fixed sign is that's most unlikely to budge. So what is it that's coming up in your life? It could be extremely frustrating, but like I mentioned, once you get that flow going, whew, fantastic. So fiber. On a physical level, have lots of fiber. Make sure your diet is really great and full of fresh vegetables and legumes, etc. Lots of fiber, lots of water, etc. That's just on a basic level. And think about that emotionally. What are those plunges that you plunge the toilet with? It's a bit like that. What in your life needs that? What might be showing up, or perhaps through someone else that you can see that scenario through. Anyway, go to lunasparkling.com to catch up on all these blog posts. Some haven't been put up yet, but they will get there if they haven't. Check out the products. They're absolutely beautiful. And find me at Astro All-Starz with a Z.com. You can book a session with me for your own one-to-one astrology reading consultation with moi. You can book me for the whole year and get a package, which is really exciting. That's all on my website. And of course, you can learn more with my books, Star Power, Astro Power, and Cosmic Power for Modern Mystics by Vanessa Montgomery. So have a brilliant week. Enjoy the full moon. Mercury retrograde is going direct this week, actually. And of course, as always, stay cosmic.